Alright, so this is round 2, game 1 against an unknown opponent, and I am on the play, and I'll keep this. Turn 1 Thoughtseize, see what's going on. Detention Sphere, Zatrid Necromancer, 5 lands. Huh. If he's I mean, Necromancer is going to be key to any sort of, like, Necromancer is really going to be really good against my Desecration Demon and my Devour Flesh. I think I'm going to take the Necromancer. The Detention Sphere is very good, don't get me wrong. But I think I can get rid of it with either Underworld Connections or Desecration Demon. I'm not like, I think I have inevitability in this matchup, which makes it so I don't actually have to win. I just have to not lose. And so I just want to take his threats. You put the scries on the bottom, and you put the scry on the bottom. So both the scries are on the bottom. I'm going to go to play Underworld Connections here, because I drew Abrupt Decay. So if he actually uses this turn 3 to Detention Sphere my Underworld Connections, I can either draw an untap land and play Desecration Demon, or I can play Abrupt Decay and put the Underworld Connections on my Mutavault to draw a card, hoping to come into play tap land. So we drew an untap land, and I think I actually want to play Underworld. I don't actually want to put Abrupt Decay. If I Abrupt Decay the Detention Sphere to get back my Underworld Connections, I would have to put it on the Mutavault. Well, I would have needed to put it on the Mutavault if I didn't draw the Overgrown Tomb. But because I drew the Overgrown Tomb, I think I'd rather start smacking him for 6 rather than draw a card. The Abrupt Decay really changes the dynamic of the Detention Sphere matchups. The reason why this wasn't possible before is that there just weren't enough green sources. Okay, so he has another Detention Sphere. I'm going to see what we draw first to see before we make our decision. Oh, that's really good. So what I think I want to do is, because Underworld Connections sort of quasi has haste, because I can play it, I can use it the turn I play it. I think what I want to do is I'm gonna Abrupt Decay and free up the Desecration Demon next turn. I'm gonna smack him for 2 here, to put him on 18, so the Desecration Demon hits him and kills him in 3 hits. So we're going to free up the demon here. So we drew a land, making it so that we can actually attack and still draw a card. Before we couldn't do that because we would need to tap 2 for Abrupt Decay on this, and then we needed to put it on a land that's untapped in order for us to draw a card, and then we wouldn't be able to attack with Mutavault. So. So we knocked him to 10, and now we're just looking for... We don't really need much. We have, 3 removal spells in our hand. And plus, if he has another Detention Sphere, we'll just free up the demon again. Supreme Verdict. Interesting. It's unexpected. Wasn't expected as Zatrid Necromancer deck to have Supreme Verdict, but that's okay. That's okay. We want to put it on the swamp, so we're going to go ahead and... keep the swamp untapped. And draw a card. Pack Rat. Pack Rat, Pack Rat, Pack Rat. So I guess I'm going to play Pack Rat and not activate connections, and we're just going to discard the land. This isn't an untapped land, so we can't draw a card and use it, which is unfortunate. And this way, if he ends up Obzadot. Alright. I think I just want to kill that guy. I don't want him to gain 5 life, so I'm just gonna kill him. Sir Double D. So the question is whether I should be pack ratting or I should be double D'ing. So I can activate Pack Rat and attack a Mutavault, and that's 5 damage, and then next turn it's lethal. Or I could attack for 2, and then next turn it's not I mean, it's sort of lethal. It doesn't take much to stop me. So I'm concerned about another Supreme Verdict or a Detention Sphere. It's probably just the best play. I want to draw a card if that's the worst case scenario. I want to draw a card. The question is whether I just want to make a Pack Rat or is a Pack Rat better than a Desecration Demon? A Pack Rat is basically I'm adding a 3/3 to the table, and I'm giving my guy. I'm adding 4 power to the board. This is adding 6. They're both lethal. But if I make it, he takes 5 this turn. He goes to 7, and then I think that's I am lethal through a blocker if I make that play. All right. I mean, I love drawing cards as much as the next guy, but the goal of Magic is not to draw cards. The goal of Magic is to bring your opponent's life total to 0 before yours. And I think, judging by the contents of our opponent's deck, it's likely he can have a creature blocker. And a Desecration Demon, if he has like a Necromancer, the demon's not going to kill him. And we're still okay if he has like a Supreme Verdict or a Detention Sphere. What is that? So I can get that guy back? He might draw a Hero's Downfall, but I mean, he has Far and Away will do it too. Because as it is, I can just use Soul Ransom by just putting these 2 cards on his end of turn step, which I think is what I want to do. Oh wait, cancel. He can make a Pack Rat. That's the problem. But I can make him chump. Well, if he makes a Pack Rat, I get a 2/2. Activate. I could discard the card I draw, make it 3/3. Activate this as a 4. I can knock him to 1. He loses his Pack Rat and he goes to 1. That's probably not necessary. I can make him lose both, I think. No, that's not necessary. Because he's actually out of cards, and I have a Devour Flesh. He could draw like Far and Away, which would be a problem if I ended up doing this. Like if he made a Pack Rat, he would go to 1 by chumping. He would go to 1 and right, because I would make a Pack Rat. These are 4. Yeah, he just blocks it. He blocks the Pack Rat with Pack Rat. He takes 6. He goes to 1. You could draw if he drew Far and Away. That would be a problem. I guess not. Detention Sphere would be the biggest issue. Detention Sphere into something to stop my Mutavault. Maybe it was the right play to do that. Maybe in the right play to do that. Fewer things can certainly go wrong with this method. Make him lose 1 less. Make him gain 1 less life. Question is whether I want to make a Pack Rat or activate connections. You guys want to make a Pack Rat. So drawing a land allows us to activate connections, which is what we wanted to do the whole time. Don't lag on me. Alright. Far and away would be the card that would be most damaging. But he drew land. Soul Transmit is an interesting card. I haven't really had much interaction with it in the past. So he's at 2. He could top deck a Supreme Verdict or a Detention Sphere, but we have Demon and Underworld Connection still, so yeah, the Sky Knight's not going to save him. So I'm against some sort of human deck. The Life Veins are going to be good. The Devour Fleshes are going to be pretty bad. Devour Fleshes, his guys are all 2/2s outside of, I guess, Obsidian. But the Doomblades are going to be bad. Golgari Charm could be okay if he has like Daring Skyjack and Imposing Sovereign and Soldier of the Pantheon. Nightghost Spectres would be very good against him, that's for sure. He has creatures he has things I can cast. Dark Betrayal can kill Obsidian, which is certainly something I'm in the market for doing. It kills Necromancer and Obsidian, which are both things I want to kill. Life-Bane Zombie can take Obsidian. It's not going to take... It can take... if he ends up playing that... Was it 2 white blue? God, I forget what her name is. Be good against that as well. All in all, I think killing Obsidian with Devour Flesh is a pipe dream. Oh, I guess Golgari Charm is good against the Life Sky Knight. That's something I hadn't considered. If he has Sky Knight and Imposing Sovereign, yeah, Golgari Charm might actually be good here. Question is whether I want to. I mean, I can't. He's probably boarding in Blood Barons. Actually, he's probably boarding in Blood Barons. That's kind of problematic. That is kind of problematic. Pack Rats are not great against Detention Spheres. But I mean, I've got Abrupt Decays and Golgari Charms. You want to take out one of these for a Nightveil Spectre. Probably take out... Erebos is really good against Blood Baron. Underworld Connections is decent. Thoughtseize... It kills Necromancer. Kills Blood Baron. Packrat is probably not where I'm actually going to be winning these games at. I probably have to keep these Devour Fleshes in because he probably has Blood Barons. I don't know how I'm actually going to kill the rest of the guys around him, the Blood Baron, to get through my Devour Fleshes. It's going to be a bit difficult. It's going to be a bit difficult. Ugh. Maybe I take out the second Pack Rat for the fourth Devour Flesh. On the draw against Detention Spheres, not the greatest. Vraska is not that great against him. If it doesn't kill Obsidian and it doesn't kill, I mean, it does kill Detention Sphere, but it doesn't kill Obsidian or Blood Baron. So, that seems like a perfectly fine hand. Question is whether we're going to do Temple of Malady or well, we'll see when we draw a card, I guess. Took our Thoughtseize. Okay. Hero's Downfall. Hero's Downfall, is that what we want? It's good against Obsidian only, basically. It's bad against everything else, so we'll ship it. We're not really at the point where we care about... I mean, I could dodge like a Life-Bane Zombie and kill that guy anyway. Turn 2 Pack Rats. The thing is, we don't have a third land, it's untapped. So I think I'd rather go turn 3 Nightveil Spectre. I'd rather like be absolutely certain I'm going to have a turn 3 Nightveil Spectre rather than that. And I want the land to get turn 4 Demon. Plus, if he was worried about pack rat, he would have taken it. So that's something to keep in mind. He can't actually cast Attention Sphere. Swamps don't really do that. Let's see what he has. He can't cast Sky Knight either. Alright, so there's that. He can't cast Opposite at the moment. He doesn't have a second white. Alright, he can cast Sky Knight. That's okay. That is a human. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Mr. Demon. We're going to second main phase before you play the demon. So he can't sacrifice a human and attack with the zombie at the same time. Blood Baron would be the biggest pain here. Almazadot would be bad for me too, but not the end of the world. The Tension Sphere is okay. It's not great, but I mean, we can actually beat that, so. And Imposing Starman's okay too. It's not great. Again, it's not great for us, but. We need to progress the board. The question is whether we want Demon or we want Pack Rat. If we can Pack Rat twice next turn, we're more mana efficient. You actually just want to do that. This guy comes to play tap, so when his second main phase is irrelevant. Now, there's a case to be made that I should be playing Pack Rat because I actually have like an untapped blocker next turn. If I draw an untapped land, then I get an untapped 3/3 against his 2/2s. But see, that's an interesting play. When he has Zatu Necromancer, I think that was probably unnecessary. If he had taken my Nightveil Spectre and swung for 6, I was kind of in dire straits. But I think as it is, I think we're actually going to be okay. I don't really want to attack into his Sky Knight, so. Okay. These Devour Fleshers are pretty bad right now. Making Pack Rats, it is on my agenda. It is definitely on my agenda. How much of my agenda is it, though? And how aggressive should I be this turn? Because I can be pretty darn aggressive right here. I can attack with all my guys. He'll block Sky Knight on the Nightveil Spectre. And then he might double block. I doubt he'll double block. He'll get a 2/2 zombie here. He can swing back for 6. But then he would be taking... He'd be taking 6, 7 of them. He'd be facing down 7. That seems like a pretty decent play. I could also just attack with these two and lead the Nightveil Spectre back, which seems like a reasonable play as well. If I do that, he'll play Sky Knight here and this guy here, and then... Yeah, that's actually not a reasonable play. Okay. Unless I plan on Devour Fleshing him, because if he ends up making these 2 blocks and I Devour Flesh him, that could end up being okay. I could Devour Flesh him first. I think I'm going to sit here for a turn. There's 2 Detention Spheres used already. What is this? Amzadot? Alright. We'll make our decision what we're gonna do afterwards. Alright. We're gonna hold on to the Devour Flesh in case he draws a detention sphere. We can target ourselves. Golgari Charm. Golgari Charm. Well, we can kill his connections, or we can kill the Sky Knight and the Imposing Sovereign, and then we can respond with the Devour Flesh, and then we could hit him for. Still get 2 zombies. He'll get 3 zombies actually. Yeah. We could Golgari Charm. If we Golgari Charm and save this, our guy comes back into play tapped. This is lethal. I can make 2 rats, so he actually has to block. I need to make a rat, otherwise my rats will die. And we're losing the Devour Flesh. And my goal is to Golgari Charm my demon and block the opposite dot when he attacks with it. Because by then it's too late for him to tap it with a creature. He might wait and there's not even flicker the opposite dot, but then we get to attack with Nightveil Spectre, so that's not bad for us either. Like, I guess we would still get back to Desperation Demon, and we would just attack with Nightveil Spectre. Although we could just make a pack rat instead, which might be a better play. So we would have 4 attacking 5/5s the following turn, and he's at 12. And with 2 Nightveil Spectre unblocked, that would mean that he would have to block 3 of our pack rats. So that could end up being really good for us as well. Alright, so we're actually going to make that play. I'm going to try to get our guy back and block the 5/5 with our 6/6. Because the Imposing Sovereign is no longer in play, our guy doesn't come into play tapped. Supreme Verge would be a disaster. But I would suspect that he doesn't have it post-board. Supreme Verge is not terribly good against this deck. Okay. Abrupt Decay. We can pop the Underworld Connections, or we can make a pack rat. Or we can kill a live Sky Knight. All options. We're at 12. He only has 8. He has 11 on board. He could top deck Spear of Heliod, which is usually 1 or 2 of in these decks. If I attack with all my guys, what happens? He'll double block, and he'll single block, and we lose a bunch of pack rats. I think I'm running low on time. We only got 3 minutes left, so I can't actually. If he wants to kill all my pack rats, he's gonna need to let my Nightveil Spectre hit him, which is why I'm attacking like this. If I make a pack rat, then my guys don't die. He loses everything but the Cartel Aristocrat. And if you top deck the detentions for number 3, we're doing okay. But I think we could have played that way more conservatively than we did. but I'm under kind of a time pressure. What happened this game? What happened this round was Moto didn't tell me it was up, so I was like compiling my video, and then 10 minutes into the round, I actually found out what was going on. I'm not really in a position to play or anything, so. So he's going to take 4 going to 7. His out is, at this point is to bring Verdict. So. Even a Supreme Verdict, a Detention Sphere won't really save him, because he'll still be facing down a lethal guy. They'll have to sack this and tap it. Yeah. Pretty dead. You can only block 2 of my guys. Actually, I blocked 1 of my guys. I forgot the Necromancer puts him into play tapped. I definitely think we played this game a little bit sloppily, but we were under the gun on the clock, so. He's taking 12, okay.